information you need to know on our website, ktsn.com.
El Paso is a melting pot of culture. Just walk up and down about any street and you'll hear both Spanish and English being spoken. But another language is also taking root, and many are now learning it to try and boost their professional careers. News Channel 9's Anusha Ross is here with a special report on this new trend in education. Anusha?
Kagan, El Paso could be on its way to being a trilingual city, English, Spanish, and Chinese.
It's a beautiful Sunday morning in the borderland, and while most children may be out enjoying their weekend, these kids are in class at UTEP. They're learning Chinese. The language experts say can help them compete in today's global economic market. Xinping Qi is the principal of the El Paso Ai-Hwua Chinese School, a non-profit organization that teaches Chinese to students of all ages.
In our program, not only we introduce the language to them, we also incorporate the cultures. It's like 60% Chinese family, 40% non-Chinese family. We have many families that came from Juarez. They crossed the border Sunday morning, and I encourage everybody to do this as a family activity.
Claudia Zamora and her son Claudio enrolled together in January and hope to graduate from the two-year program as fluent Chinese speakers. It's a strategic decision for both of them.
I'm in the brokerage business, and most of the importations come from China.
Claudia's son will study mechanical engineering in college and believes communicating in Chinese will open career doors that might otherwise be shut.
If we push our kids to do better, then our country will do better. We're all part of this.
We met several other Ai-Hwua students who also believe that the two-year investment in this class at UTEP will pay great dividends in their working careers.
I work in science, so I have a lot of co-workers and friends that speak Chinese, so I would like to talk to them in their original language.
I work in a company that have a manufacturing plant in China.
China deregulated its economy more than a decade ago. After it joined the World Trade Organization in 2001, the nation of over 1 billion people opened a huge market to the rest of the world.
The Chinese economy is about the second largest in the world. At some point on a gross income basis, the Chinese economy will be the largest economy in the world.
According to a report from the American Council on the Teaching of Foreign Languages, the number of K-12 public school students in the United States learning Chinese has risen from 20,000 in 2005 to almost 60,000 in 2008. Children everywhere from California to Montana to Connecticut are learning Chinese.
There's no way to avoid it. Chinese or the Chinese languages in general are becoming more and more important.
After morning lessons, all of the students gathered in this UTEP classroom for a reading contest. Children as young as 3 years old participated by chanting Chinese songs. Here we see Chinese and non-Chinese students demonstrate their improving skills. And parents look on, confident that their children will one day thrive in a world where China is an economic power and where speaking the language is high-value currency.
I have a 4-year-old son, and he's almost bilingual, English and Spanish. And so my wife and I have talked about this, so we want to expose him to a third language. And the question is, well, what third language should we pick? And when you start looking from an economist perspective, so what are options? What would be the most strategic language that we should live with? And Chinese, has come to the front of the list. Today we see China as a tough competitor, but in some aspects, China can actually play a crucial role in making sure we remain competitive.
Now, Chinese speakers use the same traditional writing system, but when it comes to speaking, there are many different dialects. The El Paso Ai-Hwua Chinese School teaches their students Mandarin or Standard Chinese, but a person from Shanghai, for instance, would not be able to communicate with a Mandarin speaker. The school's principal tells me that's why you can have a room full of Chinese speakers speaking English to each other. Reporting live in the News Center, Anusha Rasta, News Channel 9.
All right, Anusha, thanks.
Incredible.
Yeah, you see a lot of high schools nowadays teaching Chinese. It used to be just, French, Spanish. Now it's a much more diverse world out there.
Definitely was